Moonbagz token reveal. I'm here with Alpha Cruz and V, and we're here to bring you the latest picks from your investment, your Moonbagz. Welcome. Hi, guys. How are ya?
Not too bad. I'm sharing our YouTube link right now so
Nice.
people can have it because once again, the event did not decide when you click start, it didn't share itself.
Oh, that's strange. And that's in the
No.
Discord, right?
Yes.
Discord events are
Okay.
being weird.
What's that all about, Alpha? You're kind of our Discord wizard.
I don't know. I think Discord just decided to go change things without telling anyone. Damn.
Oh, well, that's
I
not
don't know
good.
why they do that. It's not right. It's not right.
That's okay. It's pasted.
Good.
Oh, and
So,
we'll go tell our Telegram friends.
great. So while
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
is kind of wandering in, I just want to welcome everybody and remind you, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and just give us a like on this video so that we can keep bringing you these reveals every single week until we've revealed all, how many is it, 12 picks of each bag?
Not
Yep.
every bank has 12, but yes, most of them have 12. Some of them, no, they have maybe, I think, 10 or 9 or.
Oh, okay. So some weeks will be heavier than others on reveals.
Yes, because some we didn't want to force picks. If there wasn't anything that looked too great, then we just left it. Or some of our guests preferred to have less picks, but with more allocation to them. So
Right. Okay. Sounds good. And we may have a guest pop in today, but if not, Alpha and I will be your guest today, and we'll still give you
Oh,
all the
no.
token reveals.
I brought a guest fly swatter.
Yay! For the tokens that are too low. Smack 'em.
Well, they're all going to get spanked then.
So what's going on in the markets? Why is everything so low, V?
We don't know. I've seen a lot of
Oh,
positive news come out, so obviously everything's shot down. Some people think it's to do with the Israeli Iran stuff, but I feel like that's a very tired story, and I don't think it really, has an impact anymore much. But could be wrong. And then, of course, although it was like 98% expected that there was no rate cut, and there was no rate cut, maybe people hoped there was one and they didn't get it, so they're tanking, they're selling off. Who knows? But all I saw was pretty positive news, so I expect this would be a pretty short dip.
I
okay.
don't know. Maybe people are getting a little emotional because all the drama around Mr. Beast recently and Dr. Disrespect. So maybe it's that. Maybe are people just being like, "Oh no, Mr. Beast, no! Let me sell my bags."
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
You don't? It's been blowing up on Twitter. So I guess a quick overview for everyone that doesn't know. Dr. Disrespect, one of the largest streamers in the game, was basically called out for being a pedophile. And recently, one of Mr. Beast's people, Chris Ava Tyson, or Chris Tyson, Ava Tyson, whatever you want to call him, her, she, they, I don't know the pronouns. Okay, I'm just saying. Was also called out for being a pedophile. So now it's like the whole of Twitter is just like, oh yeah, screw y'all. Let me just go
cancel.
shit on Mr. Beast.
Well, I would hope that has nothing to do with crypto, but who knows?
I don't know. Crypto people are weird. Very weird. It's like the weirdest news sets crypto people off.
In positive news, we saw a bill proposed. A bill proposed for U.S. to buy 5% of the Bitcoin supply and hold it for 20 years. So I'm thinking chances are low it goes through, but if it ever did, I imagine that would be seen as a bullish sign. So.
Do you think that's in response to the elections coming up and how all of a sudden the major candidates in the U.S. are all, talking about their stance on Bitcoin and crypto?
Yeah, probably. I mean, everyone just makes up what they think people want to hear, right? Until they get elected. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it seems like being pro Bitcoin is the new in thing. It's just like if you ain't one of the cool club if you ain't pro Bitcoin.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we should jump into Moonbagz. So
Okay,
we don't
sounds good.
delay, folks. So yes, we have 12 picks to reveal. for this week. So this is week 3. And I will mention that we will still be launching the Moonbagz dashboard today. It won't be right after the stream because we just realized we want to add in the transfer feature like our farms dashboard has. So if you want to actually transfer a Moonbag to another wallet, or maybe you sell one to someone, peer-to-peer or privately, you'll be able to do that very nice and easily versus using the marketplace, which is probably going to charge you. I'm not sure if Elements does $0 transfers, but I know, I believe it was Miyagi that tried to transfer yesterday on Elements, and there was a problem. It was broken, or gave him errors. And then he said he tried our farm's dashboard transfer, and boom, it was instant. So yeah, we want to provide that convenience where we can. So we're just adding that in. We're doing a few more little text updates and things, and then we shall release it to the world. So we'll make an announcement when it's out. But still should be tonight. I don't see why it wouldn't be. So
Sounds good.
Alpha, well, we mentioned it somewhere, so you must not be paying attention.
What? No, good
Yeah.
news.
Yeah, Alpha wants to know, is he the only one who didn't know is going live?
I read every message, okay?
I think it might have been in our payday announcement at the notes at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be mistaken.
I also reminded
You probably
everybody.
not. You probably not.
All right, so let us hop to it. And without further ado, so we will start in alphabetical order. So, for... oh, was that not how we wanted?
No, it's cool.
All right. So with artificial intelligence's category, we have Solidus AI Tech, which is AITECH. And oh yeah, that's their picture. It looks a little 1980s. But basically, Solidus, the main thing that they have coming, and a lot of their stuff is still coming soon, it's not really live, is basically they do launchpad features specifically for AI projects and raises. They've actually done some. I think a lot of them were private beta ones. But if I take a quick look, the ones they did do with, looks like they had 12,000 participants, which is pretty good. They've raised over $1 million for the projects they had. I recognize a few of them, like Agora and Legends of Elysium, and looks like they're not. Yeah, so it looks like they started with games and they switched it up, where the early ones were games, and now most of the new ones coming are things like GPT 360, Attractor. So it's a lot more tech and AI related than it was. And the other thing they do is they have a few democracy features. They have bonds, which are coming soon, I believe, and some different voting and staking things. But overall, this is again one of our smaller allocations in the AI niche. So this is one we're hoping is probably boom or bust. It's either going to be many X's or probably not go anywhere. Like all the little picks are kind of in that situation. So for anyone interested, I don't want to waste too much time talking about the picks now because we have 12 to go through. So I'll let whoever wants to check it out, feel free to go check it out. And that is it for AI Tech, unless you guys want to comment or ask questions or share opinions.
I just wanted to know. Oh, go ahead, Alpha.
I'm saying it's nice to see that they have staking, so that's cool.
Yeah. They also have a burning mechanism, because I can see that they now have burned 8 million of their token.
Is that a good thing, though, necessarily?
It depends. If it's through utility and usage, then I would say yes. Okay. If it's a marketing tactic, then I would say no.
Right. Okay. Good to know.
I mean, I suppose that depends on how much, is being introduced through their staking versus how much is being burned. And if it's unlimited or, it's like there's a hard cap on their tokens. That would be cool to know.
Oh, you know what? They also have a compound bounty. And right now, if you act quickly, you can make 16 cents by paying the gas and confirming the transaction to trigger the compound staking rewards for everyone.
Cool. Crypto Vault wants to know how much of the AI bag is allocated to that.
I can tell you that. Let me look it up. Moonbagz. So for AI, for Solidus, we have $2,500 that is allocated to it. And we basically got it at an entry. So the dashboard will show you all of this, but we got it at an entry of 12.7 cents.
Cool.
And if we take a quick look to see, obviously I'm expecting it to be very red because all the alts are slaughtered right now.
10 cents. 10 cents. 9 cents.
But yeah, it's 9.7 cents. So it's not that far off, not that bad.
And we have a whole year.
Yeah, and if we look, it's in the past year, its all-time high was 47 cents.
Whoa.
So it's something that's in the top 500, right? So it's I would say it's it's still a boom or bust one where we can either get some nice X's or we can maybe get nothing. But even on the ones that get nothing, I mean, maybe it'll just do 2x or break even, and that's still okay. If you consider it as one of the lower allocation, higher risk ones.
Okay.
All right. So next one is one that I think people will be familiar with because it's been catching on quite a bit lately and having more and more attention to it. But I actually saw this one a year ago, and I liked it then. I don't own any, but I liked it, and now it's actually done quite a bit the past couple of weeks. So the token for our blue chip category is Jasmy, and Jasmy is data democracy, basically tied to the government of Japan. They work with the government of Japan. It's a program in partnership with them and some other companies. And yeah, it's all about, basically decentralizing people's data and offering democratic access to it. So it's, I guess, a hot topic for some people. It's connecting the Internet of Things in the real world to the virtual world, to the decentralized world. And yeah, there's a lot you can read on their website. They have a whole huge how it works section. But they've just been catching a lot of attention lately. And obviously with a country's government support, that's pretty decent bet to take that they're going to want to push it and try to basically move it ahead. If we look at how it's been doing price-wise, we can see. So it is number 56 currently. It is down 12% today, like most things. But in the past month, it's only down 4%. So yeah, it's up 576% for the year. And looks like, again, something we felt was a good bet. There are new partnerships on the horizon. There's the government involvement in Japan. So something that, we just feel it's a narrative that I'm not a fan of democracy, and I'm not a fan of, I think privacy is super overrated, but obviously a lot of people feel opposite of that. So
hot take of the century.
I'm sure Alpha is one of the ones who might feel opposite.
I mean, I get where you're coming from with privacy being overrated, but people like a little bit of it, at least something to feel secure.
Well, let me ask you this one, Alpha. Why is it the people who seem to worry the most about it are the people with the most mundane, dull lives, and they worry about the government tapping their phones, for example?
They must have something to hide, clearly. They must. Who knows what it is? Their money under their bed, but hey, they must be hiding something.
I mean, they seem very worried about the government knowing that they're going to Dorothy's tea party later.
No, I get what you mean. Hey, Then but that's like the people that's also like, oh no, we're controlled by the lizard people. The lizard people is taking over. What do we call them?
But we
Conspiracy
are.
theories.
I don't know. I think that Snowden had a really interesting point that he made when he talked at Bitcoin 2024, because he talked about everybody praises blockchain technology and how everything is so transparent. But when everything's on the blockchain, and I don't think everything can be put on the blockchain, you then also have the problem of people who take that metadata and they make, they kind of manipulate your feed and your socials and everything based on what they've learned about you from everything you do and your transactions and who you're talking to and sending money to. And so there's something there to be considered. I mean, I don't think we need to go to either extreme, but it's something to consider that privacy is the component that a lot of people want.
True, but I would argue I know just firsthand people I've heard I've worked with in the past, just casual coworkers who would basically be the ones arguing for privacy, bitching about privacy, yet they check in everywhere they go on, what was it, Foursquare, Facebook. They
Right.
literally share everything they eat and do, and they're worried about privacy. So it's kind of hypocritical / contradictive. And I know that's a generalization, of course. There are probably people who worry about privacy, who do everything they can to stay private. But in my opinion, it's still, by the masses, I would say it's pretty overrated because it wouldn't change their lives.
They definitely
Interesting.
wouldn't. And I mean, there's some, like you say, that people that just they post their whole damn lives on social media. So what exactly about it is private is the question.
Yeah. Well, now we are diving far away from our Moonbagz. So let us return to the next category, which is DeFi. And for DeFi, we are going with a DEX called Thena, which is on the BNB chain. And Thena's, you know what? They've been stealing a little bit of market share on BNB away from PancakeSwap. They've been introducing new fun features to gamify things. They have a pretty sleek interface. We've actually talked to their team. We are waiting for their decision to give us Golem's cap room or not. So that has nothing to do with us picking them, but it certainly would be nice if they finally committed and gave us that room, because I know we have a lot of hungry monsters that want some golems. So Thena is a DEX with all the typical DEX bells and whistles. They do things pretty solidly from what we've seen. Their team is really smart from our conversations with them. So if you want to learn more, check out Thenify. And that's all I really have to say about them. We know that obviously DEXs in the past cycle, even if you were like number 5 on the chain or number 6 or number 7, you were essentially worth billions, your market cap. So a lot of room to grow here if the same holds true for this cycle, where Thena looks to be, maybe they can be, top 3, top 4 on BNB chain. So
Hey, look, one of our monsters actually uses it and says it's great. So that's a good review. Good
there
to
we
know.
go.
I mean,
So I'm guessing Pierre likes that pick.
Yeah.
are they easier to use than PancakeSwap? Then yeah, definitely. They're going to explode. And PancakeSwap is horrible.
Yeah, but it
I'm
makes
not
you
judging.
pancakes while you wait for your swap to go through.
No comment, huh?
No, it's just the animation they do, the pending transaction. They flip a pancake. So
Right.
I mean, it's cool. That's the only part that you can really like.
I'm just
Gonna
reading our
meet some
comments
cute
from our
one.
people. Oh, that's just Gabble. We can ignore him.
He's trying to make trouble.
Yeah. All right. So, any thoughts? Have either of you looked at Thena, seen Thena, used Thena?
I haven't used it. I'm actually ever looking at it now. It looks pretty sick. I love the colors. I mean, it's purple, so why wouldn't I? Or is this pink? I don't know. I'm colorblind.
Yes, take Monstro seriously. We like pancake flipping and the color purple.
Says the lady with a giant purple monster behind her.
Oh, yeah. Nobody takes
Yeah.
me seriously. I'm cool with it.
You have to take me seriously. I put on my glasses and I have books behind me.
Yeah, but they're not your books.
I know. They're not real glasses either. They're only supposed to shield from blue light from the computer, which I think is only for nighttime. But because I keep my room dark, I'm using them anyways.
Oh,
But
okay.
I totally don't need them. They're not glasses. But I'm protecting from radiation, I guess.
There you go.
I do feel like my eyes get less tired when I wear them, though. So even though they have no magnification to them, I guess they are doing something.
Right. They'll protect them from the flies.
Yeah. All right. Let us move on to the next category.
Okay.
That is D-Pin. And funny enough, I believe out of all our categories and all our guests, even though everything's in the red right now, D-Pin is the least in the red and is, I think, only like 4% down or 6% down. So everything else is in double digits, obviously with the market doing what it's doing right now. So good for D-Pin, good sign. And our pick is Filecoin, which I'm sure quite a few people are familiar with. They were one of the bigger decentralized storage ones for the past few years. And they're definitely still considered, I think, a blue chip as well, but we have them in the D-Pin category. They're just one of the leaders of what they do. We don't see a reason why that would change this cycle. They haven't been losing much. They've had competitors pop up. I think the only one that was a threat for a while was Arweave, and then they kind of faded back down a bit. They were big when Solana NFTs had that summer of Solana. And then, Arweave's still around, but it hasn't really stolen much of the market away. So, yeah, Filecoin is our next pick in the D-Pin bucket. Let's see if anyone has any comments, questions, you guys.
I guess I would say, how does, the Filecoin, what they do, help improve the token price, because that's the thing that we want to know. Do they buy back the token, or do people have to buy the token and use it to store data and retrieve data?
I've never used Filecoin. I know it's backed by IPFS, so I'll have to tell you if they're charging it. Let's see. I know Arweave does. You need to own AR, so I've used that one a lot.
I mean, like that's probably the most important question with stuff like Filecoin, Arweave, and so like, do they charge in their token, or is like the token just a whole separate entity to everything they do? I mean, I doubt it
what's
is.
funny is their entire website doesn't even talk about their token.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. They really are focused on what they do instead of, oh, we're a token. Just cool. Oh, and I got the thing. Enabled IPFS. I was like, yeah, okay, just enable it.
But yeah, I would think, I have to confirm it, but I would think their token should be used in part of the economy of paying for storage. And then I would assume that it goes to the people who provide the resources for that storage. Obviously not all of it, but I would think some of it would go to them as their rewards. I know there's definitely block rewards here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do have an explorer, so probably.
So what they use is called, their cryptographic challenge is called winning proof of space-time. So
it sounds cool.
Winning POST for short. And yes, basically any storage provider who successfully creates a block is granted Filecoin tokens through block rewards. So that is pretty much like how they all work. I just don't happen to see the cost of buying storage. But
maybe
I'm sure it's
into this scan.
Crypto Vault wants to know, what kind of X are we hoping for?
So anything that's at these smaller allocations, probably we're hoping for a 5 to 10x at this level. I think this one had 2,500 in it as well. Let me tell you in a sec. So Filecoin, Filecoin had 3,000 USDC into it. So basically, we're looking for it to, potentially beat last cycle's all-time high. I think a lot of them that were there and that are in these hot narratives will, because they've established their market share and their presence, but possibly not because new projects get a lot more hype, right? So it's something we'll see, but usually the leaders do pretty well to come back and beat all-time highs. It's not in here and not in this bucket either, but something like Chainlink, for example, is another good example. They're, what are they, 5x from their previous all-time high. So on those, we'd be looking probably for the 5 to 10x range. And anything more than that, I think would be a nice bonus, and definitely not impossible, but probably 5 to 10 is where I'd see a Filecoin, because it's already, quite large.
The ATH was like $183. Damn. If they did that, that's like what? 30x? That would be cool.
Yeah, right now I think it's probably in the $4 range. I didn't look today.
Yeah, $4.
Yeah.
$4 today.
Yeah, and see, you can also look at its position. Like, it's currently ranked 34th, right? Let's say it doesn't improve that position, doesn't lose it, just holds it. If you look, at the peak, what was the number 34 slot overall in crypto worth last time? And then that's kind of a good way to see what potential targets might be, because everyone would expect that the distribution in the top 100 probably is going to be the same to the slot. And then, if your token's in the same kind of range, you can kind of use that to approximate what it might go to.
We're looking at $40 for Filecoin then. It's a buy signal, guys. I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, in the past year, it had a nice. It was almost a 3x from where it is right now in the past year. So, and then obviously all time was definitely much higher. Okay, without further ado, let's see what's next. I believe GameFi is next. So for GameFi,
is that GameFi? I think that's the GameFi one.
Is it the Tower one?
Yes, the Tower one.
Yes.
Is that GameFi? Okay, thank you.
Tower is GameFi.
Okay.
They're known for multiple games, and they're creating more, and they have a very large gaming community. So they already have a couple of titles that are out, actually playable. You can download them on app stores. A lot of them very NFT heavy involvement. Just looking quickly, I can see Crazy Defense Heroes. That's the one that probably most people know. Then they have variants of that. They have a card battle thing called Crazy Kings. They have, I think they just made a partnership. I saw the other day in an email, a GameFi email, something to do with a dog NFT project, and they're going to be integrating with their community. So it's kind of, they have a head start on a lot of the native Web3 game companies, since they have titles being played, already throughout the past many months. So those kind of companies, Gala Games and others like that, they're all in a good position to have a bit of a head start when the run starts, versus all the companies that haven't launched their games yet. And even, major studios are still slowly moving in, and they probably will miss this cycle and be a big power, dominating Web3 gaming for the next cycle. That would be my guesstimate, because they do move very slow, and they're still, barely entering Web3. So.
Hey, looks like the token is a complete, utility token. You purchase items, governance, tournaments, and minting stuff.
Yeah.
So,
now I can also say they have money behind them, obviously, with Animoca Brands and others being their VCs. Not that it's always a great thing for the token price, but
yeah,
they've already kind of passed that initial phase. So I think the mass dumping that would have gone on from VCs, you might see a little more when the actual alt season starts, but then it should be fine after that. So that's the usual pattern with Animoca and a couple of these other ones like Pantera, and I always forget the other one, Alameda Research. So yeah, this is our pick for the GameFi slot there. I can tell you guys how much is in it. Is GameFi in Tower is that one's we do have 12 picks in the GameFi one, so Tower is only 1,000 USDC spent, so not a big wager, but you never know. It's at the size it can obviously take off, and we got it at 3/4 of a penny. So
What's
I
the
know
price
it's
now?
probably big red today. Let's see. Yep, down 20% today.
Damn, that's
Don't you love today's price action?
absolutely amazing.
Yeah. But
Oh, what's cool is that 3 of the games seem to be on base, so that's nice if you're a base person.
mhm. But yeah, and their fairly recent price high was 1.4 cents, and that was only in the end of May. So, the last time alts had even a little bump, it it basically was worth about double what we just paid for it. So, not bad at all. I think that one's some easy profit. It might not be a lot, but it might be because their market cap's what is it, 4 to 5? Yeah, it's only 4.4 million right now. Fully diluted, it's 25. Um, so a VC back thing at that range can easily go to a couple hundred million in a full bull run, which would be multiple, what I'd say 10 to 30x range if it did that. So all right, next up we got some guys that I know from a few years ago, actually, their team, and that is called Scale, Skale. They fall under the layer 1, layer 2 bucket. And Scale, they have a really cool tech as far as how they allow people to launch their own chains and subchains, but they have dedicated, I guess, subchains, you would call them, that provide different things. Like one of them is a core liquidity hub where all the other chains connect to purely for liquidity purposes of tokens. Then you have hubs that are GameFi, gaming hubs, and everyone connects there when you're working on games. So the subchains, anybody can open one, but then they all connect to different ones for different purposes. So it's segmented out. And the other thing is that it is completely gasless. So Scale sponsors, I think, the initial gas, and then once you hit certain numbers, it's just free. And it was honestly, I'd have to refresh my memory because we had a lot of calls with their team 2 years ago. We actually got a grant from Scale worth about $3 million from Master Brews if we had managed to get whelps basically producing transactions with our game there. As most of us know, no. Unfortunately, the game got stuck, ran out of funding, and never got back on track, and is, playable demo, but still no game. So that's unfortunate because we had a $3 million grant from Scale, and even that didn't help raise funds for it. So, but yes, we at the time went through a lot of the tech with them. There was a lot of interesting things, a lot of things we thought were very cool. People we know who are on their board of advisors from other major companies, love them, and that's the reason they joined them. Couldn't say enough good things about their founder and their team. So I think it's one of these things where the tech, as long as it works as it promises, it's all going to be about, can they market themselves? Can they attract that attention? Which is usually the hard part for tech companies that are founded by tech people. They don't necessarily end up getting the word out there very well sometimes. So I think that's the risk with Scale, to see if they can market and become a great provider for people who want their own chains, want zero gas fees, like the idea of things being segmented apart and partitioned, and everything they do there. So that is our pick for layer 1, layer 2. I'm curious where their price lies today, if they were also massacred. Let's see. So Scale, they're down 6% today.
It's not bad.
Only 3% for the month. So we have in scale, let me just find our L1, L2. So we have 1200 USDC in there. 5.7 cents was our entry. And they're currently at 4.7 cents. So not a very big dip.
Yeah, still all sense.
I mean, it would have been nice if all our Moonbagz shopping was done today, but
yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way to perfectly time it.
no. And when you're looking, from a bear market to a year ahead into a bull cycle, hopefully, it doesn't really matter if we got, we paid 10, 20% more. If we're looking for 300%, 500%, 1000%, right?
Deer wants to know, have they been around for a while?
Yeah, I mean, let's see if they say when they're founded, but we spoke
January
them.
1st.
We got the grant from them in 2021, so.
Seems like they've been around since 2018.
Yeah, that would make sense because, I mean, they were obviously functional when we spoke to them and they gave that grant out and stuff. So, yeah, sounds like it's, if you're seeing 2018, that would sound right to me.
And then it seems like they only did full mainnet in 2020. So I guess 2018 to 2020, it was kind of beta, which is interesting.
Yeah. And it looks like their all-time high was 81 cents in April of 21, which is probably a few months before we were speaking with them.
Do you still have contacts there for later?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I have to check if they still work there, but I'm pretty sure because I had their CTO and I had one of their main advisory board members, and I think I had a couple more of them on LinkedIn. So I'm pretty sure if I had to reach them, I could reach them.
Cool.
Let's see now. What is next? All right, next is our meme category. So our next meme pick since I'm on the page, I'll say the amount right away. This one has 1,500 USDC in it, and it is the Big Red from Avalanche. So the Big Red, you can probably tell just by looking at their website versus other memes. They do have a pretty professional team behind them, a well-connected team. They already have official partnerships with Cornell University, some other places. They're building essentially a educational entry point for casual users, for non-Web3 users, for everyone to onboard in, as well as actual professional curriculums for, I don't know if it'll be physical at Cornell or virtual Cornell classes, but they're doing all that kind of stuff right now. And with Avalanche supporting them as well, the Avalanche Foundation. So you figure if they're going to be one of the top 1 to 2 meme coins on Avalanche, and a lot of people think Avalanche's volume will take off, then that's a pretty safe bet. What we are looking for in the memes, that we know it'll definitely be around. They also do have staking. It doesn't pay much. I think it's only 4 or 6% right now, but it's free money, right? We stake it, we get some AVAX, I think. So why not? It's going to be a little bonus on top for that one.
Oh yeah, AVAX is one of those where if you providing value, then they give you a grant every month. So that's probably where that AVAX is coming from.
Yeah. So basically, I think, what was the other big meme on Avalanche? I think it was COQ, right? COQ.
Yeah.
Which I haven't heard much of that one anymore. So yeah, it's it seems like these guys have a team. They have people who are connected. They know what they're doing. They have a plan with like a real plan, even though it's a meme coin with a mascot. But yeah, that is the Big Red. Anyone have any opinions on them?
I just think they're cool, and they're still pretty popular, and they have been for a while. So they have that much staying power, so that helps.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the bear looks cool.
Yeah.
It does. Maybe the orange background is a little weird, but it looks cool.
Well, it's just a head too.
Yeah, you got to show him in all his swag,
Yeah.
Not user friendly. Poor kids.
All right, we will move on from the Big Red to the real world assets category. And this is one on base called RWAX and the RWAX exchange. So for this one, we have 1500 USDC in it at 17 cents. And oops, way too many windows. So they basically allow you to use leverage to trade, right? In all these leverage trading is always P2P essentially. You're basically able to do it on real world industries and assets. Some of the examples they give here is grain, tourism stats, bonds, cannabis, private equity. I'm just letting them all come up. E-commerce, semiconductors, that's specific, inflation rates, wine, energy. So all types of products, art, as long as they match you to another side of that trade, it's going to allow you up to 50x leverage, same as you would leverage trade tokens or Forex or stocks. You can trade real world asset indexes, and I'm sure they'll be using an Oracle here for all the price data. Everything will be on chain, nice and transparent. And yeah, that's, if you want to bet on wine prices with your friend, I know Alpha would probably bet on rosé, because I heard that earlier. But you can, you can bet on Pokemon cards. You can bet on comic books. So really, it's kind of fun. I think it's something that I haven't seen others doing. So they don't have it live yet. They have it coming soon. But it's something that there's already been a little bit of, how would we call it, underground hype for in the RWA, channels and influencers and such. So something to watch. It could obviously be a massive hit. And as the first mover, it would be pretty, huge, grabbing that type of slice of the pie. Or maybe they find that, they can't attract enough critical mass, enough users, and it doesn't work out. And nobody wants to bet on the price of semiconductors.
So how does that work? Do you buy the token and you wager with the token?
Yeah, so the RWAX token, they don't actually detail. I believe it's something to do with the fees, but like if I look at something like Drift, for example, you actually don't use their token either in any of your trading and such. And I'm pretty sure most of them, you don't actually use their token. So it's kind of weird. It's not required to trade, but I guess they do that to be, just more accessible. I'm guessing that they will have staking and lending, and all the income, all the real revenue generated from trading is distributed as yield to the stakers.
Oh, what percentage?
They do not say here. It could be deeper dug. But the other thing is it's also self-custody. So you trade directly from your wallet. You don't have to, deposit in an interface. So at least you have the whatever asset you're using to back it is with you at all times.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I guess we'll know more when they're actually live, because right now it's all just coming soon. They do have a sign up form for their private beta, so maybe we should sign up and play with it.
That could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're saying protocol revenue buyback and burn 40% of all fees.
Yeah, so I guess they get some to stakers and buy back and burn some then.
Any questions, guys? Nope.
I feel like we should give this thing a shot. Looks interesting.
Yeah, maybe we should have a Monstro challenge when it's live. And
yes! Oh, that'd be fun. Totally.
Pick something really ridiculous to bet on and see who does best.
And something very polarizing where people definitely have opinions, like pineapple on pizza kind of thing.
Cannabis.
All right, we will move on to. All right, that covered our R8 for this week. So you can let us know your thoughts. Now we have the guest ones. So I'll name them. I'll give a little bit of info about them, but they're not our picks. So I'm not really going to talk too much about them, since I don't want to say the wrong things on why they might have chose them. I also realized that last week I made a mistake when I was talking about Meta Zero. It was pointed out to me after that it was actually I had the wrong one up. I don't know what I had up for it, but
Oh,
we bought the right one. But the one I had up when I was looking at its info on stream, we mentioned it was about privacy and such. No, it was GameFi.
oh, cool.
Wow.
So yeah, apparently Meta Zero was not a unique name, but we did buy the correct token the guest wanted. So
Cool.
all right. So Mr. James Pelton has chosen. Well, right now it's FET. It's going to change to ASI in the future soon. It is the ASI Superintelligence Alliance, which used to be 3 separate AI tokens. If I'm not mistaken, it was Fetch AI, Singularity Net, and Ocean. So I think those 3 joined forces to become the ASI Alliance and combined their efforts because they all did something a little bit different in that domain of AI resources. One was a provider. One, I believe, was for the... Actually, I don't remember what Ocean was for, but I can
Ocean
find it
was a
very
hedge
quickly.
fund, wasn't it?
Let's see here. Ocean. Okay, this is all about
Okay.
the merger. Oh, okay. So Ocean was basically tools for businesses to trade tokenized assets, to manage data all along the AI model lifecycle. Enterprise grade data exchanges, data science competitions, data DAOs. So it looks like they were targeting tools for businesses related to the AI field, whereas Singularity Net was about creating the same buzzwords as usual: decentralized, democratic, inclusive society. And Fetch AI, which is kind of the leader of this merger movement, I think, was agents, right? AI agents, so chatbots and things of that nature, for any business to plug in and use to, tackle. I guess I would call it tackle customer support, but I guess you could call it sales as well, or some different things.
Looks like it's already changed. You need to go and migrate. Damn, they're doing a manual migration. Okay.
Yeah, so I know that Ocean and Singularity Net already became Fetch, and then later, once I think that is all phase completed, they're going to convert Fetch into ASI. So that'll be the new final token, but I'm not sure why they're doing 2 to 1 then 1 to the other one instead of just 3 to 1. I guess they had a reason.
It's interesting.
But yes, that was James Pelton's pick. We will see the next guest pick was Magic Formula from Chainlink. From Chainlink. From Chain Factory and Upfront DeFi. And his pick was Chain Swap. So a lot of chain in there.
Yeah.
So Chain Swap, they are something that's trying to do better at being a one-stop shop, I know, for chain features. And if I pull them up, I think a lot of their stuff is coming soon. Yes. So they have a cross-chain bridge aggregator. They currently include Wormhole, Connext, AnySwap, which used to be multichain.org, I think, Polynetwork. So they'll essentially aggregate them and give you the best bridge option, saving you money, saving you hassle, right? That's always a cool feature. Looks like they have a NFT bridge live. They have a cross-chain DEX, which is coming soon. Be interesting to see what kind of features that has. Cross-chain lending coming soon. Cross-chain NFT marketplace coming soon. And a scanner for, I guess, the equivalent to your Ether scans and other explorers. They'll have a live cross-chain one coming soon. So most of their stuff is coming soon, except for the aggregator. They have a lot of VC backing. I see a bunch of logos. I guess you would have to ask Magic for further details on his pick.
Cool. I'm assuming they want to be better, faster, cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They just take what's out there right now and try to do better. So.
Right. Okay.
All right. Next we have Crypto Mischief Richie's pick. And his pick comes to us from Tunchain. And it is not, which is not coin. So it is not a coin, even though it is a coin.
Oh, I know not coin. The big
Yeah.
meme coin on Solana a while
So
back.
Tunchain obviously is tied in very, very tightly with Telegram. Notcoin, I guess right before Hamster Combat, you could say started the tap, tap, tap movement. um, where people just mindlessly tap away trying to earn airdrops. And that happened with Notcoin. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they attracted something like 25 or 35 million users
Right.
doing that. So maybe we need Monstro Tap. Just tap, tap for no reason. Cute monsters will pop up.
You have to tap fast enough for each your finger.
So
Hey, I'm
yeah,
sure people would love that.
the tap to earn, phase. It used to be play to earn. Now it's even lazier. It's just tap to earn.
Yeah.
Notcoin was a big, basically push for that right before the current Hot One Hamster Combat. So yeah, they definitely have a ton of market cap, tons of users. Again, I won't say why Richie picked it. I don't know why he chose it, but when you have that many users, that gives you a lot of opportunities to do stuff to make money, I can tell you. So it's definitely, I guess, interesting to see what they're actually going to come out with. But when you have, 25, 35 million users, you don't need much from each of those users to make millions, right?
Right. And so you're rewarded with the token. Is that it?
I know the token airdrop was rewards for the people playing the tap 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 game.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't
also
know in the future. I think they are going to do other Telegram related games and do leaderboard stuff and whatnot. But other than that, I don't know, because tap games to me are at the bottom of my interest barrel.
I think at this point they're mostly just pursuing like partnerships with other tab games, which is like, what? What?
Yeah,
Use all the fingers.
Yeah, if their coin was universal across, all Telegram games or something, that could be obviously massive. But we'll see what their plans are. And next time Richie joins us, we can see, he can go into why he chose it.
Okay.
And last on the list is AJ's pick. This one's a bit of a nepotism pick, I think, because it's EMP Money, which happens to be AJ's main company.
Right.
So obviously, I'm pretty sure he picked it because he likes his own company. He believes in their future. If he didn't, that would be a bad sign, right? So for those who don't know EMP, I know it released Fusion that was doing pretty well as of late. There's a lot to it. You probably want to, read their white paper, check their videos. There's a whole bunch of different products in there at this point. So since AJ is also not on to explain it as he would do the best job of, we'll see next time he's on, and we can ask him about it if people want to know, or they can go to emp.money and just read all the white papers or watch. There's a ton of videos, a ton of AMAs, so feel free to check it out. But that was AJ's pick for this week.
It's massive. They just launched something with games too, didn't they? Just this past week?
Oh, maybe I'm not aware of it, but
yeah, they're always constantly producing something new, working on something. They're just constantly putting utility behind the token. So that's good.
Well, speaking of new things, that will lead us to thank you for everyone who voted so far on our 2 new little ideas to kind of help the Monstro ecosystem while things are slow right now and bloody red. So if you haven't voted, please do in our Discord. And, that's all we have to say there. We can say product 1 looks like it's definitely a winner, so we're going to make that one happen. The volcano, I think we'll have to explain a little better. We didn't want to get into too many details and start having massive discussions around it, but it looks like for people to vote properly, they want to know more, which is understandable. So we will share more to you in a couple of days, let's say.
Should probably do an AMA once the details are sorted.
Yeah, I mean, we want to build these things if people are interested in them, they want to use them, they think it'll be, either fun or help them financially during the current low times. So if not, it's something we'll just skip. We'll keep on with our bigger roadmap items, but we think it can be pretty productive and pretty fun. So yeah, we will detail the volcano more. The pools looks like it's an overwhelming yes at this point. We'll let the poll run for another day, let's say, and then we'll give everyone the full details, work on it, and that's one we can launch like quite quickly, so it doesn't take a lot of effort to get it out because it's simply a new NFT type, and then the payouts and such will work the same, right? So
Cool. Thanks
If you
everyone
don't
for
want to
watching.
know. Right.
yeah, we did this one pretty quick, 4 minutes to an hour. So let's give 4 minutes for anyone who has a question. It could be about anything. It could be about the Moonbagz. For anyone joining us late, a reminder: we'll set the Moonbagz page live some point this evening. We will make an announcement so you know it's live. You can check it out. Let us know if you spot any bugs or issues, but it should be good at this point. So
we'll have all the tokens up to through week 3, right?
yes. So the total values will all be there, even for the hidden ones, because otherwise it will look like we're massively down.
Okay.
But yes, if you go in to click on the details, you'll see, for example, the 3 that are revealed under that bucket, and then you'll see a list of question mark rows. And every week as we reveal them, those will appear. So
cool.
Oh, that's a question. Is any of our bags currently up, or is all of them down?
As a whole bag,
as a whole bag.
As a whole bag, the closest one is the D-pin one, which is only, I think, like I said, 4 to 6% down, only because of today. It was actually up yesterday. And then individual tokens, I think even after today's crash, I think we have 1 or 2 that are up about 60% right now. And then we had one that was up about 80%, but I think now it's back to 40%. So yeah, we definitely have some green ones scattered throughout. And then we have some red ones because the whole market's quite red.
Oh, that's too bad. I know last week we also had one coin. I think it was a meme coin or something that was up, and then that's why I had to check.
Yeah, there's still a few guest ones that haven't been bought yet, only because as I was about to buy them, the market was like crashing. So I said, okay, I'll wait till tomorrow. And then tomorrow it was crashing. So I said, I'll wait till tomorrow. And now at this point, at least some of those guest ones that haven't been bought yet are going to be at a pretty big discount to, if we bought them, let's say last week or so.
Damn. That's nice.
So for once, that worked out in our favor.
Yeah.
All right. Any crowd questions? If not, then I think we're good. Going once. Going twice. Is that a volcano emoji?
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
What do you think it was, Alpha?
I don't know. I was like, what is this red thing?
All right. Well, we are done for this week. So I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Smiley and Alpha, for all of you who took time to come watch this or watch it later. Thank you as well. And if you're not watching this, then boo to you. Of course, you'll never see the boo, so it won't matter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day, everyone.
You too. Bye.
Bye.